What's up, guys? It's June 23, 2025. Looks like we had an expanding triangle today. One of the harder days, one of the harder market structures for a breakout trader. I did all right. One account's up, one account got hit pretty bad on this leg 2 down here. Looking for a retest of the low, but it is what it is. Still doing all right on the accounts overall. So we had an expanding triangle. It's a tough day. We had a sell off. We had a rally that started with a sell off, so it's a weak rally. We had a lower high, made a new low, and then we made a new high at the end of the day. Doesn't happen too often like that, so hopefully we don't hit another expanding triangle for a while. Got the weekly chart, got a daily chart. I want to give a quick shout out to the members and subscribers. You guys are starting to, people are starting to post a little more profit, so that's cool to see that the videos are working. I like to make these videos around the market cycle, talk about breakouts, gaps, and micro channels is what I trade, but the first part of the market cycle is a breakout. So that's what these videos are generally about, and I apply the same analysis on every time frame because price action is fractal. So this is the weekly, the daily. This EMA is the daily chart. The daily EMA plotted on the weekly chart, and this is the daily EMA plotted on the daily. Pretty cool. So again, weekly chart. We have a big bull bar. Good for the bulls, obviously, bad for the bears. Something I want to talk about is, everyone's talking about war and news and blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter, okay? It does not matter what is going on because the market cycle is the market cycle. It happens on every time frame. Price action is fractal. So look, we have a strong leg and we have a wedge top. This wedge top is starting to test resistance, which is the previous breakdown point. Now we've been in a bull regime since forever, so bulls want to keep going up and bears want to reverse down for a giant leg 1 pullback leg 2. Bulls want to leg 1 pullback leg 2, 3, 4, then trading range. So what I'm trying to get at is there was not people in the Discord, but I do check Twitter from time to time. People are talking about, the market's going to collapse, it's selling off, it's going to collapse, blah blah blah. It doesn't matter. If it was going to sell off, it's because we're testing a breakout point. If it's going to rally, well, we're above the EMA. That's a bull regime. So things like that, I think the news is more of a distraction than a tool. And if we just focus on the market cycle, we focus on the leg count, we focus on gaps are open or closed, we really drown out the noise and we can get to the brass tacks of how to find credible setups. So that's that. Again, today's bar is we've been testing the breakout point 3 times now, 1, 2, and 3. What's interesting is starting to get some minute bear structure. So what I mean by that is this is a lower high, this is bad follow through. Depending on how this week closes, though, it'll be interesting because we'll see what happens. This rally was nice. We had the expanding triangle, so we don't really know if the market's going to sell off overnight or rally, but nonetheless, this was a nice rally. Expanding triangles is a type of a range day. It's testing extremes, so look, bears tested this, bulls tested, I think that's the breakout point from yesterday. Yeah, right around the breakout point from yesterday, sells off. Bears test the rally from, I think the overnight session had a rally. Yeah, look, testing this rally here, testing the rally here, coming down to the breakout point right around here, and we rallied. So now we'll see what the next test is, and yeah, that's that. So that's the weekly chart, daily chart, big bull bar to start the week off. This is yesterday's bar, first bar below the EMA, and you can see bulls bought that. Touched the EMA, went for a rally. Touched the EMA, went for a rally. Touched the EMA, rallied, went sideways. We went below the EMA, so bear strength is sneaking in there. Rallied. We haven't made a new high yet, so we'll see what happens for the bulls. And I just mean the swing of 2 weeks ago, not an all-time high. Almost done with this, the 6th month of the year, so 5 more trading months left. This week this year's gone by pretty fast. It's been an interesting one. Hope you guys are having a good year. I'm learning a lot. I'm applying the system I learned last year at Systems Academy, and I'm looking forward to I'm taking classes with Randy Halligan. Looking forward to taking another class Ali Montessori has for that's starting at the end of this year. This will be pretty fun. Pretty excited for next year, but there's still 5 months left to go in this year. So hope you guys are doing good. You guys are the ones that message me, the ones that are back testing, putting in work. I see your results, and it looks like you guys are doing good. So, you put in the work, you will get the results. There's no doubt about that. I've been training micro channels a lot lately. I kind of like them a little bit more than the 𝐼1R setups, but there's a time and place for each setup, so I'm not too picky. Okay, bar 1, bear bar closing on slow, rallies. Bar 2, bears are trapped down here. You're gonna sell higher, try and get out break even. It's our handy dandy fibs. Bears sell here, they sell more at the high of 1. Problem with this is, look, it never gets out at break even. Bears are now forced to buy back shorts, causing a rally. Bulls are buying the breakout for leg 2. Bulls are buying the breakout for leg 2. Bears are now trapped, buying back shorts. This is the breakout, and now we're starting to channel higher. Bears that don't want to let go of their position, look, they never actually really get out. They're going to have to keep doubling their position to have a 50% entry line. So 1 contract, 2, 4, 6, maybe let's skip this one. That's not right, excuse me. 2, 4, 8. Maybe they skip this one, or this one, maybe 16, 32, 64. So they're really scaling in here to get 50%, and they're not going to get that. So they're buying back shorts, causing a surge in one direction. That's the dynamic for leg 2s, is when one side gets trapped, forced to do something, the other side. So the bears are trapped here. They have to buy back shorts. Bulls want to buy the breakout. So if there's a reason to buy and sell every bar, that dynamic disappears for a moment in time when there's a leg 2, because now bears have to buy back shorts. So the dynamic of 50-50 changes, is what I'm trying to say. Surge in one direction. Now we have a flip. We have a good rally, multiple legs higher. Leg 1, pull back leg 2, pull back leg 3, pull back leg 4. Coming climactic. Again, this was testing the breakout point from yesterday. Give me 1 second. Testing the breakout point. Where are we? Testing the breakout point from yesterday. Starts to sell off. Bulls that buy up here. So the bulls that bought the high of 10, the high of 13. Excuse me. The high of 10, the high of 11. They're going to buy more at the EMA because they believe that the average price is a good buy. So they buy. You see a sell off down here. Leg 1, pull back leg 2, pull back leg 3, wedge bottom into support. It rallies. Problem with this, I was in this long. I got out of break even. Well, I got it for I think I lost like $6. But I was looking for a retest here. So bulls that buy here, they hit out at 50%. So bulls are now selling out of longs. They managed to make a little bit of money on bar 21. Leg 1, pull back leg 2. This leg 2, now we follow the same dynamic. Bulls buy the high of 20, 21, and 22. 20, 21, 22. They're trapped. Look at the low of 24. Maybe here, maybe the low of 25. The point is, the bulls that sold out of here, we got the leg 2, 22, 23, 24. The bulls that bought up here, bought down here, and sell out, never get out at break even. So they're in a losing position. So just like the bears that were trapped causes a rally, now we have losing bulls selling out of longs all the way down, trying to average in 23 or 22, 23, 24. We create a gap here, but bears get a gap. So we know the limit order bulls that were buying the high of 19 are also trapped. There's gaps up here. I didn't draw it. 25 becomes a first reversal after 3 bars down. You can short the high of that. I wouldn't take that. I might have been short here. I was short around here. But in terms of market ordering opposite bars, I wouldn't take the high of 25 because of this rally. It makes it a little bit complicated. $26, $27, bear bars. 27 is not a bear bar closing on slow. Bad follow through 28. But then we start to go sideways. There are more sellers on the EMA. Look at the rally on 29. Rally sells off. 30. Rally sells off. But then look at 31. It sells off and then rallies. So that's triggering your behavior. 31's testing the high here. But then ended up being more sellers below the EMA than buyers. 32, bear bar closing on slow. It's an inside bar. Be cautious of that. 33, rallies and sells off, breaking a trend line. Now we have multiple trend line breaks. We have a leg 1, pullback leg 2, trend line break, pullback leg 3, pullback leg 4. So we're in trading range, and then we get a bearish breakout out of this triangle that I just drew. Multiple gaps, so now we know a lot of bulls are getting trapped fast. When there's gaps happen at support and resistance, so we know that there are trap bulls here. Let's see where these line up actually. So it's kind of like they're on the higher part of bar 2, the lower part, and the low of the day. Limit order bulls, all trapped. They only have two options. They can buy back, they can buy more, they can average into a losing position, try and get out of break even, or they can sell out of longs. Look at 39, sells off and rallies at a new low of the day. So bulls now are going to buy here. They're trapped, so they're going to buy here. Look at so they actually make money, because if they buy here, they buy more lower, and it goes back to the original entry. That means they made money on 39 and 40. 39 and 40. I didn't catch that. This is where I got trapped, and I ended up hitting out right around here, but I took a hit. The swing of 25. Yeah. Took an unnecessary hit because my stop was right here, and then I moved it there. But that is good reason to know that this sell-off is not strong, because bulls made money averaging in. Bulls don't make money averaging in a bear trend. So if they did that, then we know that something's up. This ends up being a leg 1 pullback, leg 2 into an endless pullback, creating a new high of the day, trapping bears all the way. That was tough to just see. I thought I'd get a retest of the low. 38, 39, 40. There's a gap here, so now bears that were selling the midpoint of 37 are trapped. They short higher here. They get out at break even, 41, 42. These trap bears are buying back shorts to avoid a loss. Bulls see the breakout. They see the pullback. They're looking to press. Bears buy back shorts. So now there's a dynamic for leg 2s, and that causes a rally. The rally was strong. 41, 43 sells off and then rallies. 44, there's a pullback, so bulls were willing to buy lower, not higher. So the market pulls back. 44 sells off, rallies. And look at 45. From buying a pullback, bulls now bought the close, but it doesn't close on its high. More sellers above 45, the EMA, the higher time frame EMA. 46, bull bar closing on its high. Bulls buy the close. There's a small tail here, but then a good rally. 47. Same thing with 48. Small tail. Bulls are buying shallow pullbacks, so there's a lot of momentum. And then there's no tail on bar 49. So bulls bought the close. A small amount of bulls took profits on 48, but the majority of bulls bought the close. As soon as 48 closed, they bought it. It surged up. Another tail on the high of 49, and a small one tick tail on the high of 50. So bulls are very eager to buy this rally. They'll let you know. So one thing I'll say is that there's never really a chance for limit order bulls to get in. So it was really only traders willing to market order who were able to get in this trade. So there's not a lot of buyers, and then we finally get a shallow pullback into the EMA. Look at the leg count. Leg 1, leg 1, pullback, leg 2, pullback, leg 3. Wedge bottom into the EMA. What happened here is what I wanted to see here, but they were trapped. They ended up selling out. So in this case, the bulls that bought the high of 50 can buy more lower. Then look what happened on 67. Rallies, touches the original entry from 50. Shallow pullback to the 50% mark. So they're looking for a leg 1 pullback, leg 2. These bulls never really they buy up here. They sit through a prolonged pullback into the EMA. They buy more and they make money. So now resetting the leg. So now just these bulls, they buy up here, they buy more down here, and they make money again. So bulls are making money, bears are not making money. That's what I'm trying to get at. And then we have 3 bull bars at the end of the day. Overnight session is currently rallying, but we'll see for how long. 50% pullback, rally. So definitely a confusing day. Expanding triangles are never easy, but we get them as breakout traders. We have to learn to deal with them. So I hope you guys are doing good. Hope you guys had a good day and you're finishing strong. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. It's Tuesday. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good one, everyone. Thank you for your time. If you learned something, share a show. Don't be a hoe. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.